Hey there, Yankees fans. Today we have some pretty surprising updates about the team that no one really saw coming. As we get closer to the MLB trade deadline, the buzz around the league is heating up and the Yankees are quietly showing what their plans might be moving forward. For years, the Yankees have had their eyes on certain players, and Ryan McMahon, the infielder from the Colorado Rockies, was one of those names that popped up repeatedly in trade rumors. But now things seem to have taken a turn, and the Yankees appear to be stepping back from pursuing him, which is quite unexpected given their prolonged interest. Ryan McMahon has been linked to trade talks for quite a long time, especially considering the Rockies' struggles this season. Colorado is on track for one of the worst campaigns in MLB history, which naturally makes their valuable players targets for teams looking to improve. McMahon is a versatile infielder capable of playing multiple positions around the infield, mainly third base but also second and first base, making him attractive to many clubs. His left-handed bat adds to his appeal, especially for teams searching for balance in their lineups. However, the Yankees are looking for something different at the moment. They need right-handed hitting to complement their roster, and McMahon's current numbers just don't align with what the team is aiming for. This season, McMahon's performance has been underwhelming. His batting average is hovering just above 200, which is far from what the Yankees would want from a player they consider adding to their core lineup. His slugging percentage and on-base plus slugging, OPS, are also on the lower side, showing he hasn't been the offensive force the Rockies might have hoped for. There's also the concern that his stats might be inflated by the hitter-friendly Coors Field. Away from that environment, his production dips significantly, which raises red flags for a team like the Yankees that counts on consistent performance, especially in critical games away from home. Another crucial factor influencing the Yankees' hesitation is financial. McMahon's contract carries a hefty price tag, with a salary around $16 million annually stretching into 2027. The Yankees, known for their careful payroll management, especially in this season where they are balancing contracts and trying to maintain flexibility, don't seem willing to add that financial burden right now. With other players on the roster carrying significant deals, the front office appears to be leaning towards maximizing the current assets rather than taking on a new, expensive contract for a player whose production is uncertain. Meanwhile, DJ's LeMahieu's story adds an interesting layer to this situation. Despite his history of injuries, he has shown glimpses of returning to form. In a recent series, he delivered solid numbers, hitting above 300 with a respectable OPS. Though it's important to keep in mind this is a very small sample size. Still, the team's confidence in LeMahieu remains intact, and the manager has expressed he won't bet against a healthy LeMahieu. This speaks volumes about the faith the organization has in him, even as he fights to regain the consistency he had before injuries hampered his performance. LeMahieu is currently filling in at second base due to Gleyber Torres' injury, who is out with an oblique strain expected to sideline him for several weeks. The Yankees are experimenting with different infield configurations, including possibly moving Ben Rortvedt to third base. Rortvedt's strong arm and versatility make him a candidate to handle that spot, though there's understandable caution in altering a setup that seems to be working fairly well. The team is balancing the need for stability with the desire to find the best defensive alignment, all while managing player health and performance. The broader picture for the Yankees right now is a focus on maintaining competitiveness while managing their payroll and player health concerns. They're not rushing into adding new expensive players, but are instead relying on internal options and hoping for rebounds from guys like LeMahieu. This approach also reflects the nature of the season, where consistency and smart roster moves can make a huge difference in the long run. The Yankees are known for making impactful moves around the trade deadline, but so far it seems like they are playing a careful game, weighing all options before committing. What makes this even more interesting is how fast things can change in baseball. Players can get hot, injuries can shift team needs, and suddenly a player who wasn't in the plans becomes crucial. But as of now, McMahon is not the guy the Yankees are targeting. Instead, they are looking for right-handed hitters who can provide more balance and consistent offensive output. This is a big shift from previous years, when they pursued left-handed bats like McMahon or even Juan Soto, who they did manage to acquire after persistent efforts. It's a fascinating dynamic to watch unfold. The Yankees are a storied franchise, With a keen eye for talent and a front office that knows how to navigate the challenges of a long season, they've seen what works and what doesn't and seem to be adapting their strategy accordingly. With the trade deadline approaching, fans should expect more action. But for now, the focus is on optimizing the roster as it stands and finding the best way to position the team for the stretch run. From a broader perspective, the Rockets' situation also plays a big role. They have a great stadium and passionate fans, but have been unable to build a competitive team this season. The losing streaks and poor performance are frustrating for everyone involved, and it's clear they need to make moves to start a rebuild or at least get some value from their veteran players. McMahon, with a few years left on his contract but nearing his 30s, represents a valuable trade asset, but only if the right buyer steps up with the right offer. Meanwhile, the Yankees are watching all of this from their vantage point in New York, carefully evaluating every option. They know the importance of having a balanced infield with players who can contribute both offensively and defensively without breaking the bank. The financial aspect cannot be overstated. Contracts, luxury tax considerations, and future flexibility are all part of the calculus that the front office is juggling as they make these decisions. Another layer to this story is the Yankees' faith in their current roster's potential. They believe that if their players can stay healthy and perform at a high level, there's no urgent need to make drastic changes. That's why DJ LeMahieu's recovery and performance are so closely watched. If he can return to his best form, he will fill a critical gap for the team, especially at third base, where they have been searching for consistency since Asdrubal Cabrera went down with a season-ending injury. The Yankees' infield situation is in flux with injuries and positional adjustments forcing them to be creative. The absence of Gleyber Torres for several weeks means they need players who can step in and deliver steady performances. LeMahieu is currently filling second base duties, but the team is open to reconfiguring roles as the situation develops. This flexibility is crucial for managing a team through the grind of the long MLB season. All these factors combined create a complex and intriguing scenario. The Yankees are balancing their history of aggressive trade deadline moves with the practical reality of the current roster and financial constraints. They know that adding the wrong player at the wrong time can disrupt team chemistry and payroll balance, so caution is the watchword for now. In short, the Yankees' approach seems to be a mixture of patience, strategic planning, and calculated risk-taking. They remain in the hunt for improvement, but are not rushing into moves without thoroughly analyzing the potential impact. For fans, this means staying tuned for updates as the trade deadline nears, because the Yankees are a team that knows how to surprise. While McMahon's departure from their radar might disappoint some, it also signals a clear message about the type of player the Yankees want to build around going forward. Right-handed hitting, cost-effectiveness, and versatility are key traits they seem to prioritize at this moment. The team is crafting a roster designed not just for the present, but with an eye towards sustained success in the coming seasons. The season unfolds. The Yankees front office will continue to monitor the market, the health of their players, and the performance trends. Any move they make will reflect their commitment to maintaining competitiveness while managing the realities of contracts and player availability. It's a delicate balance that every successful franchise must navigate, and the Yankees are no exception. For now, the story is far from over. The Yankees have shown they are still a force to be reckoned with, and their ability to adapt to changing circumstances will be critical as they push toward the playoffs. The decisions they make in the next few weeks could define the trajectory of their season, and the fans are watching closely, eager for any sign of the team's next big move. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Rumors are swirling in the sports world as reports suggest that Derek Jeter, the iconic former New York Yankees shortstop and Hall of Famer, may be going through a rough patch in his personal or professional life. While no official statements have been released by Jeter or his representatives, the whispers have been enough to stir concern among fans and colleagues alike. Known for his poise both on and off the field, Jeter has always maintained a reputation for privacy and discretion. That makes the current speculation all the more intriguing, as details remain scarce but persistent. Some insiders suggest the challenges may be linked to business ventures following his departure from the Miami Marlins organization, while others hint at possible personal struggles. Regardless of the source, the notion that the five-time World Series champion may be under stress has sparked a wave of sympathy and support across the baseball community. Jeter's legacy as one of the greatest to ever wear the Yankees pinstripes is secure. Over a 20-year career, he amassed more than 3,000 hits, played with relentless consistency, and became a symbol of leadership and class. Post-retirement, he entered the business world, including a high-profile role as CEO and part owner of the Marlins, a position he left in 2022 under circumstances that raised eyebrows. Now, the uncertainty surrounding Jeter's current situation is drawing renewed attention. In a media landscape hungry for headlines, even vague reports can trigger wide speculation. Yet many remain cautious, urging respect for his privacy and waiting for verified facts before drawing conclusions. For now, the sports world watches closely, hopeful that whatever challenges he may be facing, Derek Jeter, true to form, will handle them with the same resilience that defined his legendary career. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.